Hey everybody, it's me, Chris. I am just checking in with you real quick. I'm getting ready to do my first video. I was going to go ahead and share what the song was, but I'm not gonna. I think that it's a really cool song for this time. I don't think most of you have probably heard it, and that's kind of one of the things that I like to do at this channel is to kind of expose people to music that they wouldn't normally get to hear. Um, and I'm not talking about like just a belief or religious aspect or anything like that, but I just mean there's all sorts of music that I think a lot of people cut themselves off from, either because of how they were raised, the kind of music they grew up on, right, and they miss out on those other expressions, right? Like some of us are meant to, and maybe this is kind of what I wanted to share. Some of us are meant to dance. Some of us are meant to play the music that others dance to, right? Some of us are meant to create art, right, on paper, right, or out mixed media art. I have a really good friend who does some great mixed media art, and he's pursuing a dream in that. But that's what his passion is. That expresses him, his inward self, outwardly, and it's absolutely, it's a beautiful, it's such a cool thing. And so I want to expose you guys to different types of music, which is what I'd like to cover. Some R&B. I'd like to cover some rap music. I'd like to cover some reggae. I'd like to cover some Christian music. I'd like to cover some, even some, some. I'm not gonna say heavy metal, right? But I would like to cover some of the more alternative rock, and maybe even in some respects some types of songs like System of a Down, right? Has a couple songs that I really enjoy. The guy's, his voice is absolutely beautiful, really well done. Operatic singer, really well trained. Um, but his expression, right? I mean, there's a lot of songs I don't like and I don't agree with. Totally fine. Everybody's got their own, you know what I mean? Imagine if you weren't going to spend time with anybody, right, or get to know somebody who doesn't have the same types of interests or anything like that you do, right? And you're not going to put yourself into that position to even give it a try, right? Like, I don't like sushi. Some people say I love sushi. I do personally, but a lot of people are like, hey, I don't like sushi, and so I'm just not going to try it, right? Well, I can tell you, every person in my family that's tried sushi, right? At first they didn't like it, and actually some of them didn't like it even after they tried it the first time, because somebody else told them it's gross, isn't it, right? And then after, later on, they're like, hey, I'd be down to try some sushi again. Oh, would you? Oh, would you? So I don't want people to limit themselves based on perception, right? What they perceive. Now, by all means, guard your heart. I'm not saying to let in things that are not good for your mind or anything like that. And I hope that I don't share anything that would trigger any of that type of emotion, right? Or neurons firing, to a connected wire that they fuse to. So I don't want. Oral memory. I don't want that, but what I do want is to allow you guys to kind of see what this broader perspective of the world can bring when it comes to conversating with with each other, right? We're meeting each other out in the open, out and about. People want to have a conversation nowadays, right? I've mentioned that before, and so it's one of those things where if you know multiple languages, right? I mean, and I want to get into different things on here, like love languages, right? Prodigal son's daughter's story. What does wealth mean to you? Those types of things, because I think that we collectively, again, we kind of focus on these certain areas in life, and we try to mold, and we try to facilitate, we try to control just these areas of our life, and as long as we're good here, then the other things will follow. And that's not really how it works, right? People have been telling me work balance, right? And I kind of see it more as a kind of, if you've ever heard of Dave Ramsey, a debt ball, snowball, right? So as you pay something off, you accrue it. You take that money that you paid off that one debt, and then you put that towards another bill, and then it starts to snowball and it gets bigger and bigger. And I think the same thing happens when it comes to the experience that you have when you're allowing things into your life, right? Again, carefully, that allow you to learn different languages, right? Different love languages, right? Maybe your words of affirmation and physical touch. That's my those are my love languages. However, because those are my love languages, I typically will try to express love in those ways. Not everybody expresses love those ways. Some people want quality time. Some people want gift giving, right, or acts of service. And the thing is if until it could be in your marriage, it could be in a relationship with your kids, it could be in a relationship with your schoolmates. I apologize. But until you lock down with that person's languages, right? It's like going to a different country and trying to have a conversation with somebody and connect with somebody who you don't know their language, right? So the reason I share, and I apologize for the it'll get better. I know. I'm just, again, this is raw. This is how it's going to be. but I want people to be able to have the opportunity to connect with each other, right? To freaking speak someone else's language, right? I want you to be able to walk up to someone. I've had so many conversations with hundreds of people and thousands. I mean, I've told people so many times, you're going to affect millions of people whether you like it or not. The people from the gas station that you went to and you were rude to them or you were nice to them, and then they went home and talked to their wife or their kids that way. That kid then went to school with your kid. That kid now is bullying your kid, and it's because you couldn't show them love at the cash. Or on the flip side, right? That person goes home, talks so highly about how, this person was so kind. They absolutely, they were talking about their kids. They were happy, and that he just felt so blessed. He shares that with his wife. Their marriage is good. The kid feels that love, goes to school and is like, I got a happy home, and now goes and expresses that love to somebody else. I mean, it's both sides of the coin, and that's millions of people, because now that kid is going to go talk to 1,000 people, and that memory, that incident, that issue, whatever it was, is now being translated and transposed onto the next people who are who are in line to kind of, I guess, pay it forward or receive the payment, right? And so again, I just kind of to sum this up, I really just want to give everybody the opportunity to learn different perspectives. And if there's a perspective I'm not sharing, by all means share it. I'm pretty limited on what I can do, just because first off, I'm a human being. Second, I'm a guitar player, but I'm not the best. I'm not the best singer. I will be 100% honest. I messed up a lot of my voice. I smoked a lot of cigarettes for a long time. When I know there's a lot of singers that smoke stuff, that's fine. But I'll be honest, my mom told me a long time ago. She said, "Don't smoke cigarettes. It'll ruin your voice." And when I quit smoking cigarettes, I lost my falsetto and all that good stuff. So anyways, I'm very limited on what I can do as far as, range and stuff, but I can try to adjust most things. So if there's something that you would love to hear, all right, or to hear me attempt, or if there's a topic that you would like to talk about, right? If there's a topic that it's on your heart, again, about, those types of things, thoughts, how do I get through the night? I mean, all those types of things. I want to discuss those things. I'd love to bring people on here. I'd love to do collaborations, right? Get some artists. Let's get freaking 25 artists to all join up together and just do a jam session, right? Put something on that people can listen to that's going to make them feel good for once. So anyways, I love you guys. Sorry, this is a little bit long. I know it's raw. I'm working on all of the specifics, and I have some friends who have some YouTube channels that are going to be helping me out. So looking forward to how this goes, and sorry it's so long. Take care. Love you guys.